Hi folks, this is your instructor, Mr. Stamp, and this week we're going to be talking about the Constitution. But as part of the historical backdrop, we're also going to be looking at the Declaration of Independence. So this is how the original document looked, but I'm going to show you a transcription so we can read it together. Now, the Declaration is not a legal document. It's simply a set of principles, and it's an explanation to the world as to why the revolutionaries were declaring their independence. We're looking at the second paragraph. Let me shade that out for you. And this is the essence of what I call the ideology of the American Revolution. And it declares that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. So this is kind of a review of what you learned last week. This is a direct challenge to the idea of divine right of kings. So when this was issued, there was no real central government of the United States. The states were rather collaborating with each other to fight the Revolutionary War. They would create first what was called the Articles of Confederation, and this set up a very weak form of government. While the Articles carried them through the war, it was not sufficient to cope with the problems after the Revolution. And so they decided to write a new constitution establishing a very powerful central government. And this would be, of course, through the creation of the Constitution of the United States. So I'm going to go to a transcript of the Constitution here. So the Constitution was written 11 years after the Declaration. It was written in 1787. And it was written because of the weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation. The Constitution establishes 3 branches of government, and you'll be reading about Article 1, Article 2, and Article 3. Respectively, they create the Congress, they create the President, and they create the Supreme Court. It sets up a structure of government, it sets up methods of elections and appointments, and it sets up certain rules for passing and approving legislation and for executing laws throughout the United States. So unlike the Declaration, this is more than just principles. It sets up a legal system of governing the United States. It doesn't remove the states. The states will still have their own governments, and we're going to be reading about that in a topic called federalism later on in the semester. So you should be able to distinguish between the 2 documents, the Declaration and the Constitution. And in your reaction assignment for this module, you're going to be explaining how well the Constitution lives up to those principles of government. And you should be able to come to some conclusions as you read through the assigned material and view the videos in each section of the module. As always, if you have any questions, please send me an email. See you soon. Bye.